So this rogue killing guide slash loot run is one of the best ways to get some of the rarest items in Escape from Tarkov, while also getting a lot, and I mean a lot of XP, because rogue headshots give you just about 500 XP, and we kill about 8 rogues in this run. That is just about 4,000 XP without any of the extra headshot multiplayers or streak kill bonuses. Now I will say, just before we get into the run, that some of the weapons you might want to be using while doing this is anything high caliber with a longer range scope. And that's because we're going to need a longer range scope to even see the rogues in some of the farther warehouse buildings. Something like an RFB from Skier Loyalty Level 2 and M80 rounds from Peacekeeper Loyalty Level 2 is a good starting weapon, because the RFB is very cheap, M80 rounds are very good, and they're enough to get one-tap headshots from range. So all you need to do is throw a bigger scope on there. In this video, I'm using the SR25 with M62. I would recommend you stick to the 7.62 caliber if you can. The higher AP ammo of the 5.56 typically tends to have so much damage drop off that you might not actually be able to one-tap the rogues because of their increased HP in their head hitbox. M955 only has 40 damage, and 855A1 only has 46 damage. So if you hit a helmet, even if you pierce it with the range damage drop off and the drop off from piercing an armor, you might not be able to get that 40 damage you need to one tap a rogue. So after you have grabbed a longer range weapon with a scope, preferably the 7.62 by 51 caliber for that extra damage, you're ready to start the rogue run. I'd also like to point out that I've done this guide in a live raid just so you can see how I kill the rogues and all the loot I like to grab along the way. I hope you enjoy. So if you start the rogue guide as a bear, you're gonna have to kill the front 2 gunners a little differently. Here's how you can easily kill the front 2 gunners as a bear, and then from that point out, you're just gonna be doing the Usec route. Here I am here next to these 2 stacked crates. There is the beginning of the new village there, and we're kind of in the area with all the machinery. So as a bear, all you have to do is run up these metal stairs here next to these stacked containers, and you want to look for that first gunner right up there in his tower. It's a little hard to see because it's foggy, but the first gun will be right there, and that's the first rogue we kill on the Usec run. After you're done killing that scav, what I like to do is run across and jump behind this car. You can do a jump across for a little more speed. I think you are a little faster when you jump. And then I run up directly behind this white van. Kind of crouch behind it. Now, once you're here, all you have to do is use the right peek trick. So you can see this is where the other rogue is going to be, right there. So if you get up behind this car and then do the lean trick, you should be able to shoot him through this window with the right lean, the right slow lean, without him seeing you and shooting at you. So there's his gun right there, if he's there. Now sometimes he might actually get on the gun of the other rogue, and you check to see if he's not there at the white van. You want to run down the left side of the bridge here and take the lower crossing. Once you take the lower crossing, you want to hug kind of the water line because you want to be out of vision of that other rogue. So now we're going to look for that other rogue that should be on that sandbag turret if he's not there, because he might have gotten on the turret of the guy you just killed. And you don't want to take this fight in the same spot because now the rogue will be aggroed onto you and he'll laser you. So once you cross the lower crossing along the woods, if you come up to these rocks here, and again, you don't want to run up there because there's a minefield there, you want to look in between this mine sign and this fuel tanker, okay? So you want to run up and you want to check to see if the other rogue has gotten on the same turret of the one you just shot off, which is right there. But you want to be a little more careful than that. So you want to kind of get behind this small rock and do your slow right lean out, which is safe. See how I'm right leaning out? There's the other turret. And then if the other rogue has gotten on this turret, you want to pop him as well. So after you've killed both the front turret gunners, the last gunner we need to worry about as a bear is the one we usually kill through the window as a Usec. However, there's also another easy way to grab that guy. If you walk up the rock right here, you kind of use that as a ramp. Now, crouch while you do this. So you crouch walk up this rock, okay? And you slowly want to uncrouch and look over this tanker, kind of where the light pole is. Just to the left of the light pole, as we're crouch walking up, we uncrouch for a second. We like kind of toggle it just until we see that other rogue is going to be just to the left of the light pole. We're going to keep looking for him as we get there. There he is right there. So we see his head right there. Now I'm a Usec, so he won't shoot at me, so I'll stand out in the open just to show you. But there he is right there. So as a bear, only thing you want to do is steady your aim, uncrouch, boom. Okay? I missed the shot because I'm boosted, but after you kill that guard, all you have to do is run up, hug these rocks here because there's a minefield. You run up, hug the rocks on the right here, avoid the minefield. Now you can go up and loot that tower, and you're basically doing the Usec run now. So as a Usec, once you cross the front bridge, the rogues won't shoot at you because currently they are friendly to you. You want to find the blue van. Once we are lined up next to this blue van, you want to first shoot this first Usec rogue while not stepping too far in front of the sandbag one. And once you do that, the sandbag one will either stay on his turret and just sit there and we'll get a nice easy kill. We just have to back up, shoot him on the gun from behind the blue van, or he'll run out like he did in this video and you can get some free kills on him as he's trying to run towards you. We haven't got shot at yet. Then we're gonna run by and we're gonna go to this last window. And we're gonna pop one more rogue that's just right there. There he is. What? Okay. After that one is popped, it is perfectly fine for us to loot this rogue up in the tower and loot this box right here. Because this box can have a lot of valuables in there. Unfortunately, we got money that time, but that's a very nice spot to get money at. And we get a free loot on this rogue right here. Nice little M4 there. Pretty sweet M4 actually. We're gonna take his whole rig because his rig can just store money for us or store things. Then we're gonna loot his bag and pockets to see if we can get any good ammo out of it. Grenades, sure, we'll take grenades. And we will leave the rest of that. So you can't loot the other rogue. If you loot the other rogue, the one I killed in the first area, you can die because there are machine guns that can see that other rogue. So don't loot that other rogue when you're doing this loot run or the rogue run, but you can loot that second one for free. Now we want to check in all of the tents here for all that juicy rogue loot. I'm sure all of you guys are familiar. But something to keep in mind when you're also doing this rogue run is that you have to be extremely quick. If you take time and you move slowly through this, you risk running into other players who are also coming to the rogue camp and player scavs, right? You want to get in there and you want to be out of this area before the player scavs show up. So when you're looting the rogue camp, do it quick. Grab everything you can, regardless of value, because it's still value if you have empty spots in your bag, and just run through. That's our plan. So we're looting all this good stuff you see here. Go ahead and run down this way now. You're pretty safe from the helicopter rogues as long as you don't go too far towards the helicopters. So listen, I'm just like looting all this stuff, not worrying about it, right? Going as fast as I can because speed matters when you're doing this. Taking all the loot spots, all these weapon crates. You don't want to spend too much time. It's up to you how much time you want to spend on the weapon crates, just because again, people will be coming. So you want to get this loot, you want to get out of there really quick. So we looted a lot of those good spawns. Now we're going to get on this one as well. We got a good M4 there. This route is also very nice when you're looking for like weapons and stuff, because the rogues give you some good gear. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're gonna run up through this door to avoid getting shot by any of the other rogues. We're gonna run this way. Again, when you run out on this side in this run, check to the left, because that's where you might see other players. I'm gonna check all these boxes as we're running towards the rogue camp. There's the rogue we killed earlier. That's why we cleared that machine gun in that window. Now once we come up to this little spot, we're gonna get 3 rogue kills, 1 on this building. There. He's dead. That rogue is excited. Oh! That rogue started to shoot back a little bit. Did he move on to his buddy's machine gun? No, he's just somewhere. We gotta watch out for him. Oh no, he is right there. There. And then we get 2 on this building this way. And these are all pretty free. You're pretty safe. This one's hard to see though. This guy right there. There we go. And with I'm shooting M62s, by the way. So there's pretty much no drop. And after you get those rogue kills, you're pretty much free to loot this building. So we want to check around these boxes. There's Cyclone there. Check around these boxes. There's a good amount of rare spawns that way. And then you want to look along the rafters here. But I've also showed this in my reserve guide. So you know how to loot this building. Although I'm finding more loot every day. So I apologize if I miss some stuff in those guides, but because I always find new stuff and I'm like, should have put that in the loot guide. But that's why we continue to learn, and as I learn new things, I'll show you guys. But as you can see, we didn't run into too many issues. And as long as you keep moving forward when you're doing this rogue run, there's a Tetris there, sweet. You should be perfectly safe from player scavs. It will take some getting used to though. So there's gonna be one more scav on our one more rogue on the roof, which is why we're gonna do this next part. So this next part, this scav up there, or the rogue up there, is gonna try to kill us. But as long as we walk backwards and wait till we spot his face, we got a free kill on this one as well. So he's dead. So that's good, will no longer be an issue. I've seen Moonshine spawn in this crevice here, by the way. It's a pretty good spot to do. But now we can check some more of these boxes here. Nothing in that box. Is there a box this way as well? Nope, no box that way. Oh, there's one more box out here. So once you pop that scav, check those areas there that I've looked at. You come out to the left here. Check one more box. Watch for players. Again, players can kind of come around this way, but looks like we're all good. Oh, check this box. Nothing in that box, so now we're gonna take a quick wrap around just to stay safe from any other rogues that we didn't shoot. And we're gonna go loot the train station now. So again, the whole point of this run is the speed. And I apologize if I'm not the most clear on some things. I haven't done too many tutorials in live raids before. So I'm trying to like watch for other players as well as trying to, you know, explain what I'm doing. It's a little difficult for me, but it's a learning process. So I appreciate the waiting around on that one. But we should be pretty safe to approach the front of the train station now because we killed the rogues in building 2. We're gonna try to get in here. We are a little stamina low because I'm boosted and was not managing my stamina that well. That's my fault though. Now we're gonna run into the front of the train station, and now we can loot the train station as well, which is super good. Alright, so now we've done all the killing. Now we're in the train station already, looting up the train station. And people haven't even gotten to the road camp yet. You know what I mean? Like, we're already in here getting all the good loot. People haven't even showed up. Another thing really good about this run is as soon as you unlock like the RFB, it is very easy to do. You just get the RFB. It's the cheapest, like 7.6251, I believe is the caliber. And you just throw a scope on it because you do need the scope to see like those rogues off in the distance there. It certainly is a whole lot easier with the right. Is my gun out? Wait a minute. I didn't reload that whole time. My gun is just out. Let me get that reloaded here. But it's amazing on XP. Rogue headshots give you so much XP. There we go. All loaded up. And it's a good way to kind of, once you've done a little more of the more passive kind of money making routes, XP making routes, this route is a really good way to like getting your foot in the door when it comes to like PvP and like routes that have a little more of a. Oh, by the way, before I continue that train of thought, I have to show you this. There's actually 2 toolboxes in here. So if you open up the first one, close it, quickly hit F, you're opening up a new toolbox. Like, what the heck? Weird, but you know, double toolbox loot, I'm not complaining about that. We got all that loot there, which is sick. Then we're gonna run out the back, continue to loot some more items around here. But yeah, it's a good way to get like your foot in the door if you want to loot, like, or you want to involve yourself in a little more PvE action. You want to get a little more used to the shooting mechanics of the game. Look at all this loot I'm getting, right? And the raid has barely started. Like, here I am looting all of this very valuable spots. Now I hear gunshots toward the road camp, like, you know what I mean? So I already hit some of the best spots in the game. People are just getting there right now. Let's hit another ibuprofen here, just to make sure that we're good to go, just in case any more scavs sneak up on us. But we're gonna check a few more spots and then we're just gonna dip. We have everything we need. Some good areas to loot around here. I like to loot. Sweet, sweet. And that's it. I think, do I have the northern extract? I do have northern checkpoint. So at this point, I'm already full up. I just want to run it back and do it again. And there's a few reasons for that. I'm missing some loot, I will admit. Like, there's definitely more loot in the train station I can check. And if you've seen the reserve guide, you know there's more loot here. But if I run it back, one, I, you know, secure the loot I already have. But two, and the most important thing is, I'm cycling the much more valuable and common rare spawns that are in the road camp. Because in the road camp itself, there are a lot of Bitcoin spawns and high value loot spawns. So even though I pass up on some loot in train station, if I cycle out now, by the way, there's a moonshine spawn in here, I believe. I don't know where it is just yet, but I know I read somewhere that there's a moonshine spawn in here. So maybe check this shack if you're heading out to the northern checkpoint. But if I cycle my spawn right now and get into a new raid, I have more chances to get all of those Bitcoin spawns that I might be missing out on. So there is a successful example of the road guide. And look at this, right? We were in the raid for 17 minutes, almost 10,000 or 9,000 XP. 8,500 XP, right? Just for getting some rogue headshots. See, on this one, I got a thorax kill. So this is, if I got this headshot kill, I'd probably hit 10K, because you also get a headshot multiplier for consecutive headshots. So if I look right here, right? Headshot bonus. So if I didn't get the thorax shot and the streak bonus, I probably would have gotten 10,000 XP. For a quick raid, fast loot, you get some more, you know, firefight action if you're looking for that. It's a great loot run if you're just looking for quick, fast loot runs, in and out, in and out, in and out. You should try this out. So now you know how to get in there, kill some rogues, and grab some amazing loot. Now, unfortunately, I am not a bear, so I can't really test how exactly the bear strategy works, and I can't work out all the kinks, but I have friends who are bears that have tried that route and it seems to be working for them. Hopefully you grab some amazing loot from the rogue camp, and I like this loot run because you get a lot of XP, a lot of great loot, and you get in some gunplay there, which some other loot runs just don't have. So I hope you enjoyed the video and grabbed some amazing loot along the way. Thank you guys so much. I know we just recently hit over 100 subscribers. That is absolutely blowing my mind right now. And I will see you guys in the next one.